All right, example number 3 uses the same math that we did in the last problems, but it requires you to use a formula and find the missing piece. All right, so the formula that we're going to use is the formula for the probability of A or B. So remember, that formula says the probability of A happening or B happening is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of both things happening at the same time, okay? So when I read this example, it says out of 200 students in a senior class, so I have 200 total students, that's good to know, 113 students are either varsity or they're on the honor roll. All right, so 113 out of 200 of those students are on varsity or they're on the honor roll. I'm just copying the words into numbers, right? It said varsity or honor roll. Okay, there are 74 seniors who are varsity athletes. So 74 of them are varsity. So 74 out of 200 is the probability of a varsity athlete. There's 51 seniors who are on the honor roll. So 51 out of 200 seniors are on the honor roll. What is the probability that a randomly selected senior is both a varsity athlete and on the honor roll? So it's asking me what's the probability of V and H, varsity and honors. So I'm going to have to use the information it gave me and this formula to solve for the missing piece, all right? So I'm going to plug in the numbers it gave me. This first one, let's highlight something here. 113 over 200, that goes right here. That's my OR statement. So I'm going to put 113 over 200 is going to go right there, okay? 74 over 200, that's the probability of V, which is just my first event. So that goes right there. So 74 over 200. And then 51 over 200 is my second probability, which is right here. So then I'm going to add 51 over 200, okay? The last piece, probability of A and B, that's my question mark. That's what I don't know. So I'm just going to write minus X. That's what I'm looking for. So 113 over 200 equals these two fractions added together minus X. So let's do our railroad track thing. 113 over 200. These two are going to add together and become 125 over 200 minus X. Now I want to get X by itself, so let's move this 125 over 200. I'm going to subtract that to this side, minus 125 over 200. So 113 minus 125 is negative 12 over 200 equals negative X. And since they're both negatives, I can rewrite that as 12 over 200 equals positive X, which was my unknown piece that I needed. That's the probability of V and H. So the probability of V and H being on varsity and honors is equal to 12 over 200, or what does that simplify to? 3 over 50. So the probability of both of those things happening is 3 over 50, all right? So I just took what I knew, plugged it into the formula, and solved for the part that I did not know, all right? So example 3 has a problem in the book that goes with it. It says, suppose that 32 seniors are in band. Okay, so 32 out of 200 seniors are in band. And 64 seniors are in band or on the honor roll. So 64 out of 200 is the probability of being in band or the honor roll. Okay, what's the probability that someone is in band and on the honor roll? So again, it's looking for what's the probability of being in the band and the honor roll. So it's the same as the last problem. It's giving me parts, and I just have to fill in what I know and solve for what I don't know. So remember, the formula is the probability of band or honors equals the probability of band plus the probability of honors minus the probability of both. So, probability of band or honors, it gave me right here. So 64 out of 200 is this part, equals the probability of band, it gave me right here, 32 out of 200. And the probability of honors is back up here somewhere, right? Probability of honors, it's right there, 51 out of 200. So plus 51 out of 200 minus the probability of both. Well, that's what I don't know. I don't know the probability of both. So I'm going to call that my X because that's what I'm looking for. So railroad track, simplify things a little bit. 64 over 200 equals 83 over 200 minus X. If I minus 83 over 200 on both sides, then I end up with negative 19 over 200 equals negative X. Since both sides are negative, I can change both sides to be positive. So now X is 19 over 200. So the probability of being in band and honor roll is 19 out of 200, which I think was what, a little bit better. Varsity and honors was 12. Band and honors is 19. So it's a little bit better. Not a lot higher, but a little bit. So I added 2 problems. That's it to the homework. You've already done these ones, I think. But I want you to do numbers 15 and 16. Now you know how to do those 2 problems. And then move on to the next video.